Hey, gang. Hey, I hope you've had some time this week to reflect on the questions that we raised in our last Flock Talk about the return of Jesus. You see, why Jesus is returning in the first place and why he has delayed to this point are really the right questions to start contemplating when thinking about the reality. The answers to those questions help us develop an understanding of the depth and richness of the gospel, of the good news. But let me ask you a serious question. When you think about Jesus coming back to earth, when you think about his return, do you think of it as part of the gospel, as good news? You know, Peter the apostle wrote in his second letter these words, "It is clear what sort of people you should be in holy conduct and godliness as you wait for and earnestly desire the coming of the day of God. The heavens will be on fire and be dissolved because of it, and the elements will melt with the heat. But based on his promise, we wait for the new heavens and a new earth where righteousness will dwell. Therefore, dear friends, while you wait for these things, make every effort to be found at peace with him without spot or blemish." Do you notice how Peter refers to signs of judgment with the return of Jesus, yet identifies the outlook of Christians as looking forward to, earnestly desiring, and anticipating the renewal of the heavens and earth? Doesn't that seem a little puzzling? You know, I think it seems that we are hard-pressed today to talk about the return of Jesus and the gospel or good news in the same conversation. Why is that? Well, these past few weeks, I've heard stories, as I'm sure you have, of people with underlying ongoing health conditions choosing not to go to the doctor or hospital for treatment, even at the risk of their own lives, due to the fear of COVID-19 lurking in the very facility that holds the hope for their cure. Now, while that may seem illogical to many of us, the fact is that a similar perspective, I think, could be obstructing our view of Jesus' return. Viewing Jesus' promise through the lens of judgment, wrath, and vengeance alone carries the potential of making some very, very good news appear threatening or bad. Consequently, we could be forfeiting or neglecting a reality that not only has the potential to produce hope and encouragement, but to strengthen and purify us. Why else would Peter encourage us to look forward to this, or to make every effort to be found spotless, blameless, and at peace with him? You know, in writing another group of Christians, the Apostle Paul informed them that contrary to what they were being told at that time, they had not missed the return of Jesus, but that he would not only come back for them, but bring back with him those who had already physically died. You can read that in 1 Thessalonians chapter 4. But then at the end of that instruction, Paul wrote this, "Therefore encourage one another with these words." Does the thought of Jesus' return to earth encourage you? In terms of his return, do you view it in more of terms of judgment, like fire, destruction, producing fear, or more in terms of restoration, opportunity for purification, renewal, and even hope? You see, the good news, my friends, is this: the return of Jesus is good news. And we can be or can become those who are longing for his appearing. I hope that's true of you. And next week, we'll begin discussing how. As I even increase the number of Flock Talks, we'll continue to unpack this as we look forward to the return of Jesus Christ as really, really good news. Not only to have and to hold, but to share with all those who hope for something better than this world. I love you all. God bless you, and have a great day.